Alright, we're back. Paralon Gorgon. We're inside HIA building. We're gonna override the lockdown. This is a 5-floor building, with the second and third floor being the big ones. And again, we're going to not take everything we see. That's our goal. You are prime, because you take Adrena-Time. Only take the stuff we're actually gonna use. Alright, guys?
Oh my law. What is that smell?
Trying real hard not to breathe in.
Well, you know I feel for you guys, because I can't smell it, but I'm gonna pretend. They call it role-playing. Alright, not getting up there.
Welcome to Human Inquiry Auditing, the Spacer's Choice Facility. My name is Dr. Marion Blakesley, and I'd like to congratulate you all on volunteering for this opportunity. Whatever your past, know that as of today, each of you will be part of something greater. Together, we will unlock the path to discoveries that profit all of us.
Our brightest minds did their dirtiest work here. We made puppets out of people and tested them until they broke. Walk softly, Captain. Some of them still live here, and they hate to be disturbed.
We made it through Chem, okay? We can make it through this. Right?
Yeah, we can murder
We
everybody.
Chem lab in one piece. I reckon we can handle this.
Yes, we can handle it. Just curious. I was wondering if we'd have to fight test subjects. These large human subjects rarely use weapons, just vigorously punch without pause. See, they got a lot of health. Guys, really?
Felix.
Hysterical test subject. Oh, this one doesn't have a lot of health. Nearly blind humans fire their weapons with little aim, sometimes attacking friends. Okay. So they got different classes. This was like a bruiser guy. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that either. Gotta pay attention. I'm so used to just taking everything. Chocolate bars. Adreno, yes. Adrena-Time, no. Alright, messages from Blakesley to M. Oh no, M. Blakesley to all. In order to minimize damage to company property and or personnel, please observe the following guidelines during volunteer induction process. Do not touch or handle test subjects. Please defer to security personnel. Avoid using inflammatory phrases or terms such as untested chemicals. Consider instead patented Spacer's Choice formula. Test subject. Consider valued partner. Cells. Consider living quarters. Remind subjects that compliance is one of the requirements of their contract with Spacer's Choice. Do not interrupt official Spacer's Choice communications and or marketing while directing volunteers. Architect's balls, is that all of the guidelines? Look, these people are coming here from Tartarus. Don't let your guard down, don't get friendly, and don't get close. If everyone does their jobs right, these volunteers will leave this facility as free and upstanding citizens. Dr. Marion Blakesley. Well, that's a blatant lie. 'Lie. 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 ' In light of certain recent developments, our friends at OCI have generously provided us with advice and guidelines intended to ensure the best possible outcomes for our research here at Human Inquiry and Auditing. To that end, we have been establishing new testing parameters and volunteer preparation guidelines effective immediately. These guidelines will be provided to you at your stations. I really would like to congratulate you all on what you've achieved so far. Keep your heads down and your minds focused on the work, and the rest will come easy. If you have any concerns, kindly forward them to my assistant, Benjamin Morley. From Morley to Sonoda. Every volunteer means just that, Mrs. Sonoda, or Miss Sonoda. We're entering a vital phase of the testing process, and that means every volunteer participates in the trials. It's all the more critical that we maintain careful record of dosages involved, of course. We're counting on you for that. Outgoing messages to Weaver, subject help. Weaver, have you seen my office keycard? If this is one of those little tests, it's not funny. Security is already at full burn. They're gonna lose their bolts when they catch me taking the long way around the faculty areas. Please tell me it's sitting on your desk or something. Kaylee Sonoda, volunteer handler. So she lost her keycard. We could probably find it. And help skip a couple areas. Ooh, white chocolate. I didn't know they had white chocolate over here. Over here in Halcyon, they got white chocolate candies, man. There is no way through here, right? No. I thought so. Volunteer quarters, huh? Otherwise known as cells. This is the big one. Observation room B. Okay, so watch for that on this floor.
I don't know how anybody volunteers to live in a place like this.
It's so homey, almost. Whatever brought these folks here, they were just people. Same as us.
Yes, that is in fact the lesson everybody's got to learn in every sci-fi venture, is that the prisoners as test subjects is not actually a good idea. And that prisoners are actually, you know, human beings. Who would have guessed?
Welcome, volunteers. This office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-motivation skills. This is your time to shine. You may just find yourselves doing similar work at a real office someday. Remember, compliance with all instructions from facility personnel is stipulated in your contracts.
Real slick.
Right, let's dance!
Get that robot. Get that person. Fuck him up.
You're going down!
Attacking!
Alright, Felix, good job. This is the simulated office area, huh? Well, that shouldn't be a problem. Oh, the simulated office is also known as Test Chamber 1. Fantastic. Is this the optional objective? This looks like it'd be an observation area. Yes, observation room. Oh yeah, she gave me her password. Forgot, she gave me her password. No need to pick the lock, we got the password.
Wow, you could spy on just about everyone from here. Mr. Thompson would have been over the moon.
I'm sure he would. Too bad he's dead now.
Welcome, volunteers. This office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-motivation skills. This is your time to shine. You may just find yourselves doing similar work at a real office someday.
You may just find yourself doing similar work at a real office. Where are we exactly? So many stairs.
I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all.
Yeah, this is not exactly a great room. A lot of dead bodies on beds. Usually is bad. Yep, here's a couple more. You know, they gave them pretty good armor and helmets, though. They weren't playing around. And then this could follow it down to somewhere.
I don't
Oh.
want to see no more. I can't take this.
Let's get out of here, boss. We've seen enough.
No, we really haven't. Yeah, this is the horrible dead body processing machine, I guess. Oh, it's an elevator. Well, that says it's the right way to go, which means it's not the way we want to go. Messages. I don't want to play anymore, let's just do our jobs, okay? Victoria Sandoval. No, I'm not talking about the subjects, Vicky, I'm talking about the numbers. I've been keeping track of how many bodies we process every day and every week. And the number fluctuates, but never too much. 1 and 3, and 2 and 5, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and then 10. Just look at the chart I left on your desk, you can see it for yourself. A pattern, right? Alright, my 10 bits are on 52F. I don't know what you're thinking. Or I know what you're thinking, he's so skinny, and that's got bad odds, but I'm a gambling man, Victoria, and I've got an eye for this now. What do you think? So what are they gambling on? If they'll live? Oh, they're compressing the bodies into cubes. Well, that is a bad system. Who thought of this system? Honestly, who thought trash compacting the bodies was a good idea? Not sure I understand what the point of that is. Oh, this takes us back here. Beautiful. Yeah, the cubes of dead body are pretty gross and just frankly not a good idea. I don't know why you're doing that. Wonder if there's a message on a terminal that says why they're cubifying people, because that seems pretty odd. I gotta admit, that's pretty odd. Oh, hello. Hi, guys.
I don't think we've discussed side effects, Dr. Ambrose.
The drug's not ready for release yet. The side effects are immaterial.
So it's dangerous. Perhaps it results in some... maybe? Or a second head?
Try delusion, paranoia, gastric bleeds, violence, and fatal insomnia. Shall I enumerate every way our volunteers have died? Suicide by automech, suicide by hanging, starvation.
Cut the recording, Georgie.
You sure, boss? I just put on a new cylinder. Stroke, spontaneous combustion, internal exsanguination.
Just turn it off.
Internal exsanguination? How does that work? Isn't exsanguination getting the blood taken out of your body? How do you do that internally? Interesting.
Get him strapped down!
Dr. Blakesley.
Subject demonstrates catastrophic personality collapse. Fucker bit me.
Marion.
Interesting. I think I'm going into shock.
Well, Blakesley does not sound too nice in that recording, does she? She seemed all traumatized, but, well, I mean, you know, that's unfair. But, again, didn't sound too nice there. Well, let's go in this way so we can make sure we see everything we need to see. Nope, that's one of the ones that's gonna live if I shoot him. Oh, kind of forced my hand there, huh?
This place is near identical to the Edgewater cannery. What the hell?
Here we go.
Alright, you take care of it then. It's identical to the Edgewater cannery, yes, because they're trying to test these people on how good their cannery skills will be when they're high on Adrena-Time. I'm pretty sure that's the idea. Taste the freedom of Spacer's Choice Salt Tuna. Adreno is the small one. The big one's Adrena-Time. Adreno is good. Very good. Well, I don't need it. I have like 500 of them, but... shit. My bad. Yes, we were out there in the observation area already.
Welcome, volunteers. Here you will be demonstrating key life skills in a simulated working environment. As in any work environment, inattentiveness can have disastrous consequences. Any accidents will negatively impact your chances of completing the volunteer program.
Nope. Okay, this is not a workplace environment. This is a shooting gallery.
Go!
Oh, and these are marauders. These are not... You're not a test subject. You're cheating.
Out of my way!
Okay, there's more people here than I thought, and he's got
Got it!
Good job, guys. Goddamn marauders. Shock cannon hyper. Oh, looks like they were testing good weapons, at least plasma carbines. Agony? Okay, hold on. What do you look like? 205. This tranquilizer gun was modified not only to kill, but to liquefy afflicted targets' organs in a quick yet agonizing process. Its designer was promoted to Assistant Bureaucrat Liaison for her contributions to the field of marauder demotivation. Attacks with this weapon always inflict poison. The damage is way too low, I gotta be honest. Even if I leveled this thing up, it would still be extremely low. But I do like it. It's like I'd rather have my hunting rifle kill everybody in one shot than shoot them and poison them, and then they're still gonna be alive.
Under the guidance of the Spacer's Choice technicians, you will be completing a brief practice course. Volunteers are expected to follow all instructions without hesitation. Failure to do so may result in immediate termination. You made it this far. Keep it up.
Excuse me, sir.
You want some of this? More where that came from.
I don't think there is. Right, yeah, okay, so we've come full circle. This is the room where I left. Computer. Observation logs. Okay, wow. Compliance. Okay, hello. Compliance testing phases. Phase 1. Subject SC1A through K were given forms and writing implements and instructed to fill them out to corporate standards. Upon completion, forms were placed into an employer-sanctioned shredding device by a technician. Test was then repeated. Observation notes. Kendall objected to further testing after completing second set of forms. Volunteer 1G after 5th. 1B after 10th. No further objections from remaining volunteers. 1E Hobbs was discovered to be functionally illiterate and tagged for early advancement to the second phase of compliance testing. Objection from volunteer 1D. 5A through K were given visual demonstrations of multiple physical exercises. Thank you, Testing Assistant Lehman. Then instructed to replicate them in accordance with verbal instructions. Observation notes. 5H complained of physical exhaustion after 5 minutes, missing numerous verbal cues. Subject 5C through SC5A, 5E, and 5K failed out around the 15-minute mark. Test was terminated after 30 minutes as the technician became too hoarse to provide instructions. Subjects are instructed to follow a closed circuit around the perimeter of the testing chamber for the duration of the test. At random intervals, technician is to provide vocal cue to reverse course. Observation notes. Of the 8 test subjects remaining in group SC27, 6 respond to vocal cues. 63D became aggressive and was removed. 63B collapsed 30 minutes into the experiment and was removed. Remaining subjects exhibited compliance with all vocal cues for remainder of experiment. Technician's addendum. Observational data was compromised due to equipment failure. Technician Embry S was found incapable of continued operation due to incessant weeping and was withdrawn/flagged for disciplinary measures. Late stage testing, phase 4. Subjects are isolated and instructed to remove one member of their experimental group for immediate removal from the program. Observational notes. 63A volunteers subject 63F. 63B is unresponsive. 63C deliberates 5 minutes and 30 seconds before volunteering subject 63E. 63D is unable to recall the names or numbers of his fellows, but has volunteered each of them in turn, citing immediate need for additional Compound X. 63E volunteers subject 63F. 63F refuses to comply with instructions for the duration of the testing session. 63G exhibits extreme confusion and extreme emotional distress, demanding morning injection. Technician's addendum. Time as of previous notice 1400. Subject exhibits extreme aggression. Subject terminated. Phase 5. Subjects are instructed to fire at shrouded target. 1. Industry standard fashion modeling assistant device mannequin. Subject not informed of nature of target. Observational notes. Subject has fired at target. Auditory reward initiated. Test reset. Subject has fired at observation window. Automated security enabled. Test reset. Subject fired at subject other. Automated security enabled. Test reset. Subject fired at subject other. Test reset. Subject fired at target. Auditory reward initiated. Subject refuses to fire. Refuses to fire. Refuses to fire. Technician's addendum. Subject unresponsive. So that's their testing. Safety reminder. In light of recent incidents, I'd like to remind you that it is paramount that we all follow Spacer's Choice guidelines regarding safety and security. Yes, you will suffer professional and financial consequences if you are found to be responsible for damaging company property, but here at HIA, inattentiveness and recklessness also endanger highly limited company resources and threaten our overall production schedule. Think about what we are all here to achieve, then consider whether you want to be the one that lets us all down. Luckily, any and all injuries suffered by the volunteers this past week have been minor. All testing will proceed as scheduled. A reminder that all personnel are advised to report to the infirmary if they experience any symptoms listed on the notice LeBlanc provided earlier this month. It is strongly suggested that you use your allotted break to do this, as any losses to productivity will be reflected in your paycheck and/or indentureship agreement. Fabulous. I love doing work on my break. Hey. Oh. Okay. You and Andre talk about tossball sometimes, right? Have you noticed anything different about him lately? I'm pretty sure he's been at his desk all night. I was going to congratulate him on his newfound productivity, but I took a look at his reports just now, and some of them have very basic formatting errors. It's not like him at all. Maybe you could ask him about it? If something's wrong with his terminal, he should probably get it taken care of sooner rather than later. August Ruin. If we're going to meet OCI's figures next month, we'll need to double our testing capacity over the next few weeks. To that end, I need everyone in the observation to work with disposal to have the preparation time between tests. Have the volunteers exit at a jog if you have to. Just try not to let them see the bodies. Sorry. Messages incoming. Look, Embry lost his head because he couldn't keep up with the work. He was never going to amount to anything, we all know it. The surprise is that he lasted this long. I don't know why my reports are any of your business to begin with, but I know how to use a damn computer. I bet Weaver put you up to this. I've been working twice as hard as anyone else in this office the past month, and now she thinks I'm going to outpace her. But maybe it's simpler than that. Those emails used to just be a nuisance. Now I'm starting to think maybe your loyalties are to some other corporation. Andre Hammond. Hold on. Yes, this is Andre. This is Ruane sending a note to Johansson about Andre sleeping at his desk, and then Andre was not so happy. Hey Andre, Dr. Blakesley's come down here pretty often, usually for the morning shift. She hasn't said anything, just watches us go through the test for a while, then gets up and walks out. Weaver tried to give her a report, I think, but Blakesley gave her her look and that was the end of it. You think we're doing anything wrong? You tell me if you knew anything, right? I'll split my lunch with you again. Oh, and hey, great game last night, huh? Ricky Johansson. From Johansson to Sandoval, re-Mantisaurs. Yeah, we're going back to mannequins for Phase 5. None of the test subjects felt too torn up about shooting killer bugs from Monarch, I guess. Should make things easy for you over in Disposal, right? The best part is that one of the cages didn't close properly last night, and a couple of the little Mantipillars got loose. Who knows where they are by now? Morley had an absolute fit. I don't think he likes bugs. Wow, you guys are fucking geniuses. Really? A couple of them got loose, whatever. No wonder he had a fit. That's insane. Okay, so I guess you're supposed to get here through that door, cut through, do all that stuff I already did, come down here. Find the back elevator out of the disposal area. Open this locked door. Is this like stuff they take away from the volunteers when they come in? Supervisor room, huh? So this was Blakesley's office. Oh, this is... Okay, we're supposed to come out here to get out. Alright, we'll come back. Skyrim office. Alright, Morley's terminal. Incoming messages. This isn't about a few volunteers, Morley. Most of test group SC-22A is already gone. Subject 17 is non-verbal, but we've had some luck using small amounts of the compound to coax him into the testing rooms. To be honest, some of the staff are starting to worry me too. It's not just that ghoul and disposal either. Weaver's convinced that the compound's getting into the ventilation system somehow. I've caught her scrubbing her hands raw at the washing stations. I've tried reciting our safety protocols to her, but it hasn't seemed to help. I'm starting to think she might not be wrong. She's not wrong. Spoiler. Morley, pick out 2 of the deceased test subjects and whip up some condolence letters. Something saccharine and noble. Feel free to invent next of kin if there are none on record. Use the cheap paper. Leave the letters on my desk. I'll dispose of them shortly. Well, that's a weird thing to ask for. This notice is to inform all HIA staff that testing associate Angus Ruane is no longer a Spacer's Choice pharmaceutical employee effective immediately. As valued members of the Spacer Choice family, I trust that you will all pull together to shoulder Mr. Ruane's responsibilities in his place. Dr. Blakesley, the missing test subject has been found and apprehended. Apparently he got into the testing department where he remained. I'm afraid nobody noticed for several hours. Hennessy had him doing paperwork. I think it's clear at this point that Subject 12 didn't get out on his own. As far as we can tell, he didn't have much of an escape plan. The door was simply unlocked for a short period of time during the night. In the meantime, I've made it clear to security forces that no further breaches will be tolerated. Delete this. How do I delete this message? Clarence, the latest results are in. As you hoped, you'll find that the violence cases now account for a smaller percentage of the overall pool. I expect that will change in about 2 to 3 weeks, so you'd better get that report into Goodfellow in a hurry. In the meantime, dosing all of the test subjects means that HIA is now in the business of generating aggressive psychotics, so if you could take 2 minutes out of your fundamentally pointless existence to somehow make it clear to Mr. Goodfellow that I need an update on those resources I requested, as well as the matter of additional security, increased oversight at Chem, or any kind of explanation for what the fuck. Interesting. Deleted messages, read me at once. We'll read that one first. Morley, no word from OCI. We'll keep going as we are. Say something to the staff. Break out that list of prepared statements I gave you. I suggest number 4, remember to smile. I'm heading down to oversee today's testing personally. Make sure I'm not disturbed. Morley, if you receive any communications from Dr. Ambrose, ignore them. Also, notify me at once. And don't piss yourself worrying. It won't come up on your assessments. Okay, so Blakely didn't trust Ambrose.
Did you enjoy the show? I didn't. You should have left Gorgon in its grave, where it belongs. Now I'm afraid I have to find a more permanent way to put you down. It's a good thing then that I finally figured out what you're after. I'll see you soon, little weasel.
How'd you figure out what I'm after?
I can't bear it any longer.
Are we being stalked? Is that what's going on? Because I don't mind having secret admirers and all, but this is getting a little creepy.
Dear Sir or Madam, this notice is to acknowledge the payment in full of all funeral expenses pertaining to Henry Blakesley. Enclosed, you will find an invoice for receipt, handling, and delivery fee, as well as a witness statement as to the exemplary loveliness of the eulogy. Spacer's Choice offers its condolences, as well as its congratulations for your unflagging work ethic. And I don't know what's wrong with me today. I cannot read. I got something going on in my mouth. My mouth hole.
Oh, there you are. Is this... It's off, right? I don't understand these contraptions.
Dr. Blakesley, ma'am, I've come to say that it's time. I'm gonna do it.
Do what?
I'm gonna try for one of the shuttles.
You little shit. You've lost your mind.
If I can just make it to the landing pad, I'll be free.
Be reasonable, Morley. The project is almost over. We'll be out of here by October.
Ma'am, It's January. You're recording, by the way.
Damn it!
Shock and awe. High volts, low amps. Or is it low volts, high amps? A nightmare for your enemy either way. Especially if they are electricians. Cool. Not gonna use it, but cool. Broken datapad. Our first test group should be here in a few hours. I suppose I should be catching up on sleep, but it's far more important I mark the occasion. I really think we can achieve something here. Every citizen of Halcyon wants to be of use deep down. If this compound can restore industry and work ethic even to outlaws and miscreants, we don't need places like Tartarus anymore. Dissidence will be a thing of the past. Chem has sent over its first shipment of this mystery drug, and the test chambers are operational. Once we've proven out our methods, it will be much easier to convince OCI to invest in better equipment. So they all start out like a noble goal, kind of. Alright. Blakely, what did you have on your messages? Oh, here's why you're not liking Olivia, huh? Condolences, etc. Marion. Personalize and forward the following note to the families of the deceased volunteers. Take carbon copies and send those to Lucian at the usual address. Make certain he gets every single one, Ollie. Dear Name. It is with regret that I write to inform you of the death of your relation Name. They died peacefully, attended by their fellows. Please accept our sympathies in this difficult time. Though it may offer you little comfort, know that your relation died in service of a better, more productive Halcyon. In accordance with the agreement Name signed at with Tartarus Corrections, a division of United Defense Logistics, their term of incarceration is now considered complete. Marion, it's been 3 weeks. Where the fuck are the reports from HIA? Deliver them to me by the end of the day, or deliver me your letter of resignation. I'm done asking. In the future, you will send me bi-weekly reports of HIA's status. These reports will include an inventory of test subjects, which version of the Gorgon compound they have been administered, how frequently those administrations have occurred, and who's administering them. To these reports you will append a mortality record. This record will include an accounting of the burn-down rate of our current stock of volunteers and compound ampules. In addition to a thorough analysis of their injuries, I want to see the charts, Mary. Big fucking charts with lots of precious little numbers, and before you ask, bi-weekly means twice a week. Don't pretend you don't know what I mean, Ollie. I was thinking the same thought. Do you mean bi-weekly as in every 2 weeks? But no. Bi-weekly is in twice a week. Goodfellow. Yes, many of the subjects still exhibited increased energy levels in compliance, the same euphoric response. But they inevitably crash. Testing clearly suggests that Chem's Compound X has extreme and irreversible effects when administered repeatedly over a long period of time. Several volunteers in the old SCO2 group are barely legal. Sorry, barely verbal. When they do speak, it's to beg for more of the compound. I'm finding it hard to shine that up for you, Lawrence. So good you'll beg for more? Don't you dare use that. If we could dilute the compound or even ease out the schedule, we could mitigate some of the addictive effects. Weaning some of the earlier test subjects off the compound might buy us some time until Chem refines the formula. I need time. Testing reports. Morley, I need you to compile some of the test results from the past month. Pull a subset from the reports we forwarded to OCI if you like, as long as there are charts. Make sure the worst of the mortality rates are up front, will you? She's going to send that to Olivia. Oops, sorry. Return to root. Messages. Outgoing. At the behest of the Office of Creative Incubation, we are applying varying amounts of unknown solutions to test subjects that are already mid-treatment. What organizational schema do you imagine would miraculously restore scientific rigor to the process? Stick to the current system. So she knows it doesn't. They're not doing it right. Alright, that's the same condolence letter. Deleted messages. Morley, delete this. We already saw that. We didn't read the archive. Resignation. Lucian, I am leaving this message to inform you of my resignation from the position of testing supervisor at Spacer's Choice Pharmaceuticals, effective immediately. I won't be returning to headquarters, and I won't bother chasing that tracking signal unless you want to give the boys and girls in Human Resources some exercise. I'll warn you once, do not try and find me. Dr. Blakesley. Marion. I see now why you held back your reports. Strangulation, attempted disemboweling, blunt force trauma to the head with a bedpan. It's not just that volunteer deaths are up, but that the ways in which they are dying are appalling. This is unconscionable, an unmitigated disaster. Cease administration of the compound immediately. I will take this to our liaison, Lucian. Surely when I show him the results, he'll understand that we can't take this product to market as it currently stands, Ollie. Marion, cancel all letters. If they've been hand-delivered, send someone to retrieve them. Secrecy trumps sentiment. Don't ever let me do something so indulgent again, Ollie. Oh, so she was sending the letters to the dead people, to their families of the test subjects, but she realized that was not a good idea. All executive lockdowns overridden.
I always knew this colony was twisted. Heard my share of stories in the Groundbreaker. Seen my share of gruesome too. But nothing prepared me for this. This place was a nightmare. But people wake up from nightmares. Those test subjects never woke up at all. You wanna know the worst part? Spacer's Choice knew exactly what Adrena-Time did. And they didn't care. They weren't even thinking about the victims.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, to be honest.
Someone's gotta do something about this. Gotta hold folks to account. Maybe it should be us.
I don't know why Miss Ambrose has got her heart set in that journal. Nothing good ever came out of a place like this.
Yeah, I don't think Ambrose has good intentions, but we'll find out. I don't know exactly what her game is, but I'm sure it's bad.
What they did here? I ain't ever gonna shake this.
One last computer. Reception desk. HIA visitation protocols. The Human Inquiry and Auditing Facility is a dedicated research facility and houses a considerable quantity of hazardous materials, machinery, and personnel. As such, no external visitors are permitted at any time, absent express written permission from HIA Testing Supervisor Marion Blakesley. If you suspect a visitor does not have the appropriate credentials, please observe the following procedures. Stay calm, notify security personnel, wait for security personnel and/or equipment to finish disposing of the visitor, and complete an incident report per official guidelines. Remember to use Spacer's Choice approved formatting and language. At no point should you leave your workstation unattended. Leaving your workstation unattended will be considered a severe security breach and may result in the fine and/or termination of your employment with Spacer's Choice. Your supervisor has posted the following addendum. Right, that's the official shit. If we do get visitors, inform me at once. If they're from other departments, if it's Dr. Ambrose, don't get in her way, but log her every move. Okay, interesting. If it's Clarence, mostly keep him at reception. I'll come down in person to see this law-given miracle myself. If Jasper Lowe or anyone else from Chem shows up, let them stew at reception. I'll send Morley down eventually. HIA is on lockdown until further notice. Do not let anyone into the facility until the escaped volunteers are located. I'm going to check volunteer induction for any sign of fugitives. If you receive any keycard access notifications in the next 20 minutes, ignore them. Well, that sounds like a setup. If you receive any notifications, ignore them. Why? Is there more people in on the conspiracy than I think? Maybe they're all in this together. We've already been here. Oh, we got all the phonographs. Let's deliver them. A woman named Georgie asked Roscoe to deliver the portable phonographs to her personal automech. Return to Roscoe. Yeah, we gotta ask Roscoe about Georgie, because I think Roscoe didn't... No, Georgie was a spy. I don't know if Roscoe knew that. But maybe he did. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. Let's ask some questions. I think that's the order of the day.
Hey, there you are. Been wondering how you were doing. Did you manage to find those recordings?
Yes? Can I ask you something?
Sure, I'm an open book.
Who's Georgie?
Nice enough guy. Fashioned himself one of those professional gumshoes, like in the serials. They usually work for the board, rooting out dissidents and the like. Lucky though, he was freelance. Worked for anyone who paid, no matter their allegiance. You ask me, I think the guy just likes snooping around in folks' terminal messages.
Sounds like a man after my own heart.
No, but I'd wager Lex does a lot of weird shit she doesn't tell anyone about. That's the sublight way. Gotta say though, mailing a stranger some dead guy's arm probably tops the list. At least I'd hope so.
Oh yeah, you'd hope so.
Frenetic, chaotic, vicious, take your pick. I wasn't here at the start, but going off what folks told me about the early days, Gorgon started out with promise. The board's best and brightest were excited to work here, said it was a good posting. The project director had a vision and big, bold ideas. Nothing good lasts long in Halcyon.
Can't argue
Thing is,
that.
the schedules coming out of the corporate office were unrealistic from the get-go, and they were trying to do the project on a shoestring budget. Couple that with the obvious personnel problems and toxic junk in the product, it was only a matter of time before it all went to hell. Could have been, yeah. Marauders didn't just fall out of the sky one day. They were made here on Gorgon. How, though? That's the question. Sprat Shack legend has it they crawled out of the mines one day. Heard one fella suggest they might even be aliens. I think the drug they were developing here turned people into marauders. Not on purpose, mind, but over time. Marauderhood's not the flu. It ain't contagious and they don't reproduce. So how else would they get all over the colony?
Seems a little far-fetched, don't it? Spacer's choice, just letting that happen to the folks they're meant to keep safe?
I don't have proof, mind. It's just a hunch. Shit, any number of things. Fire, primals, sabotage. It didn't happen all at once, but it happened fast enough folks couldn't respond in time. Now, if you're asking how it all kicked off, might have been spies that did it. Corporate espionage, you know. Anti-Cleos. I never did figure it out. Not about to try now.
Huh.
Adrena-Time, I'm sure you know it, was a drug, something to make folks work harder, work smarter. Had a lot of nasty side effects. Didn't seem so bad to me at the time, but then I hadn't met the test subjects yet. The whole thing was real hush-hush. A lot of worry about corporate spies, especially from Anti-Cleos. I probably shouldn't even be mentioning it to you, to be honest. Spacer's choice? They're really not fond of spies.
Were you a spy?
Fair point. Not even spies like spies. Not much, except that there was a whole gaggle of them, and so far as I could tell, they absolutely hated each other.
Accurate.
Dr. Ambrose would hardly let me speak to any of them, but she complained about him all the time. Everything seemed like. Marion Blakesley, for example, lady who ran HIA, wouldn't return any of her messages. Not once, for years. Jasper Lowe, guy who headed up Chem, was high more than he was sober. He insisted on running special tests on primals, too. Law knows what for. Dr. Ambrose really had it out for this guy Lawrence Goodfellow. Ran OCI. Would lose his shit if he saw red on a schedule. By the end, I heard folks were turning in completely bunk progress reports just to keep him out of their hair. Had this little minion, too. An actuary named Clarence Mosley. Obsessed with quantifying every detail of his sad little life. Mosley was the guy who got me mixed up in all this. Asshole. I hope a primal ate him.
No, he's doing Kanan shows.
Oh yeah, it wasn't just that Dr. Ambrose hated them. They seemed to hate each other too. OCI pushed a ludicrous schedule. Chem made a bad product, and HIA returned garbage results. A regular merry-go-round of shit flying in every direction. It's no surprise it all fell apart.
I know you're half jesting, mister, but it's even worse than you say.
We've been to the Gorgon facilities. What Spacer's Choice did here is so much worse than you can possibly imagine.
My editor said my prose was too purple, and here I could have gone vermilion.
2 purple. Vermilion is red, right? Whatever.
Not. Well, I'll be damned. Now I can finally get off this rock and go home. I know it's not much, but take the last of my bits. You've earned every single one, friend.
Wall of Swords, huh? Okay, hold on. Was there something going on between you and Georgie?
No, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it seemed like there could be, when we were servicing the phonographs, or sharing a beer, but who'd be interested in some forgotten old bastard like me? Ha, sure. Nice of you to say. Sorry. Not much in the mood for a witty repartee, what with the world-shattering revelations and all. Any other horrible truths you want to reveal to me? Or can I get back to my drinking? She couldn't have been. We were together all the time. Except, oh shit, my weekly calls with headquarters. What could she even want to ask Olivia Ambrose about? Doesn't make sense. Good fucking law. Headquarters would kill me if they knew. Right after they killed her. Hell, being stuck here might have been the only thing keeping me alive. Listen, I appreciate you telling me what happened with those recordings, but I need some time to think. Got a lot to process. Yeah, yeah. See you around. I don't think I can stomach working for the board again.
Interesting. I still haven't figured out what happened with Georgie. Are you wondering how hitting multiple enemies makes you harder to hit? What a stupid question. Attacks from this weapon that hit multiple enemies increase the wielder's armor. N-ray sword, huh? Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, so our main quest is Olivia's office. Almost done. Alright. So. Presumably this is the building. Oh, this is the building. Interesting. So that's the building we need to get to. So what's this building? Yes, we already looked in here. We didn't completely look in here, though. Let's go here. Here. Try to find this last, code for the secret room. This is the one we couldn't get to because of the pipes. So we gotta find a way to get up. Need to find a way to get up there.
Did you know Junlei grown up?
Miss Tennyson? Nah, she never looked my way. I knew of her, though. Who didn't? She was just about the busiest woman on the Groundbreaker.
What did folks say about her then?
Tough. Competent. Had a glare that'd stop you dead in your tracks.
Oh, that's cute. Alright, any other way? Can I go up here? This way's got like a track, so it's probably legit. But it's going the complete opposite way. This is just taking me down here, huh?
Heads up, boss! He's hit!
Here goes nothing!
Schoolwork Felix! Ah, you like that? Huh. Hey, no problem!
I guess we never really explored this little town. Or whatever this is. Shipping container area. Oh, that's some kind of like factory. I don't know.
Hey, you!
Probably Carl's legitimate storefront. Oh, hello, probably Carl.
Hey, just now. Did you hear that? I thought I heard a scream.
I didn't hear nothing, but this is Gorgon. Somebody's probably screaming somewhere.
Why, it's the sound of fine goods screaming out to be purchased. Pleasure to meet you, sir or ma'am. I'm Carl, and as a customer-defacing representative of Spacer's Choice, I sell only the finest. What can I get you, prospective customer? New handgun? Pack of smokes? Stab in the face?
I like you, Carl.
Did I? Honest mistake. That came out wrong. I meant removing their faces. So sorry.
Right.
I'm not okay. I'm Carl. And yet I feel fantastic. My body screams with energy. My hands burn with new strength. I haven't slept in 4 days! And it's all thanks to the magic of Adrena-Time. Spacer's Choice. It dulls the howling ache inside your bones!
Huh, is that a new slogan? Never heard that one before.
At any rate, how can I help Spacer's Choice help you? Target demographic? The finest dust-covered goods money can buy.
Let's see what he's got. Oh, hello. I'll take this. How would you like that? And that.
Spacer! Great stuff! Best stuff there is! Oh, for years now. The company gave Adrena-Time to the sales team so we'd be able to describe its many wonderful benefits. I've taken it ever since. Adrena-Time helped me get ahead and stay ahead. That's how I got to where I am today. Say, that reminds me of a joke. What does a mantisaur eat for dinner. All of my coworkers who ran slower than me.
Very funny, Carl. Or probably Carl.
Ha! Then who's been reviewing my inventory requests at the Office of Creative Incubation? Marauders? Oh, please. My coworkers aren't that bad. But don't trouble yourself with company business, sir or ma'am. Trouble yourself with my fine wares instead.
You're a great guy.
Sure they know. I don't think they'd misplace their top salesman of the last 6 quarters, do you? Oh, Spacer's Choice knows. Spacer's Choice knows everything because he tells them.
Who?
He's always watching. He's watching us right now.
Who?
The Moon Man! Always. He never stops. He never sleeps. He wants Spacer's Choice to think I'm crazy, you know. But I know what I am. I'm a good employee. You hear that? You sprat bastard? I'm a good employee! He'll get his. He comes after my job? Oh, he'll get what he deserves. At any rate, how can I help Spacer's Choice help you? Target demographic?
All right. Good talk, Carl. Good talk. You got anything else in here? Oh, it's an empty bin. Thank you. Oh, hello, Premales. Premales. Let's take them out.
Alright, here we go! Here I come!
Nothing personal, I swear.
Man, that caustic is ridiculous. Oh, it's a little workshop. Excuse me. Whoa, 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 it's Rizzo's.
That was quick.
Oh, nothing really in here. Oops. Okay, so we've never been here. We stopped before we crossed this bridge. We didn't cross this bridge. So now we've got this. We got probably Carl over here. Now we'll check out this area, which looks like it's a marauder camp. Guys, hello.
Let's take him to...
I'll fix you right up! Everyone alright?
Security checkpoint. Oh, that was security. Sorry, guys. Security logs, Weber investigation. Following additional questioning, Frida Weber is cleared of all suspicion. No further investigation needed. Additionally, all future allegations against Weber are to be forwarded to Ann Olson, who will handle them personally. Other notes from today. Called Chem Lab to investigate suspicious noise. Removed half of one test subject from outflow pipe. New keycard protocol. Logged the loss, including date and time, and the card user before printing a new one. New protocol should prevent Olson from having to print Carter a new keycard again. Passcode, get it together, Carter. Retrieve tip that Frida Weber may be engaging in company prohibited activity. Alleged distribution of test product. Questioned Weber at her domicile. Further investigation required. Other notes from today. Flagged 2 crates of Zero-G brew shipped in from Terra 2. Bottles concealed subversive propaganda. Destroyed propaganda immediately. Zero-G brew has been cleared for transport to offices of incubation cafeteria. Lucky bastards. Print new security keycode. Keycards are preserved for use by authorized Gorgon personnel. Please enter a valid passcode. Get it together, Carter. Okay, we got a keycard. What is it good for? That's the question. What is it good for? Probably nothing. And this is a bridge that we didn't take either. It's another security checkpoint. Oh, I see a lot of... Okay, that keycard opened that. But it does not open the lockers. Contraband. Whisper Quiet and Muzzler. Sneak attacks with this weapon do increased damage. Okay. Did you know that corporate security officers can seize your property simply by asserting it's been used in a crime? If it's not theft, it's civil asset forfeiture. Okay, so this is where they put all the contraband. Alright, another use of the keycard, so that was worth it. Officer Olson, I'd like to follow up with you regarding yesterday's chat. Now this could be a whole mess, or this could be something we resolve quietly to the mutual benefit of both parties. Here's what I'm going to do. I've enclosed the key that unlocks a safe you'll find behind a wall panel in my room, in which I most certainly do not store that stockpile of Adrena-Time some holehead tipped you off about. Maybe some of that supply, which again I must stress does not exist, goes missing from time to time. It happens. There's quite a lot of it, and who's to say I count doses that carefully? I get new deliveries all the time. My perfectly legal, non-Adrena-Time related business provides a valuable service to customers who benefit immensely from a product otherwise tied up in too much legal red tape like testing phases and human safety. Should my operation be permitted to continue as before, I'd ask that you hold on to the enclosed key for safekeeping. I think that would prevent any future issues between the two of us. Don't you? Frida Weber. Huh, so her apartment. So is that in the apartments? In my room. Where is your room? Is it in the apartments? Now I'm curious. Wrong bridge. Let me see one more time. Behind a wall panel in my room. Frida Weber's room. Behind a wall panel. Oh, you guys respawned, huh?
Right, let's dance! Heads up, jackass! You guys see that?
Yes, we saw it, Felix. Now, which one of these is Frida Weber's? This is the cracked out guy. And this is supposed to be the flask guy, so it couldn't be him. A wall panel behind my room. Here? I don't know. Does Frida live in the rich apartments? God damn it, you guys respawn too?
That's what you get!
You
Could just be wasting my time here. Probably not gonna find this one. No, this wouldn't be her room. She's not an Archibald guy or girl. Nope, I don't know where she is. Or where her stash is. Oh, Captain Babbage is gone. Did they leave their stuff? Nope, they took their food with them. Oh, sorry. So sorry. What? You don't need to say sorry to them, okay? Where am I going? Not this way, that's the chem lab. I never looked down here. Yep, we're all good. You did it. Oh shit. It's caustic. Well, there's synthesis and manufactory. Which makes sense since I'd never been here and I never found it. Here it is. This is all runoff from the chem lab.
This looks like the SMC. After you, boss.
Let's move quick and stick together. Ain't no one dying on my watch.
Whoa, who said anything about dying? Don't get all dramatic on me. I need to find the... I need to somehow get up here before we do anything. This might be the upper exit of this, now that I think about it. Especially since this is supposed to be Synthesis and Manufactory Observatory that I'm trying to find. So this may be the upper exit of up here, but how the fuck do we get over there? Nope, there's the building. How do I get up there? I've already tried climbing the... Fuck me.
Look out, Cap. You're hurt.
I tried climbing the pipe. I went down this way. Doesn't take me anywhere. Yep, this is where I just fell and died. Can I go around the back? Like through this cave? Oh, yes, I believe this is probably right. Mainly because there's a mine right there. Oh yeah, I did come this way once before.
Here, Captain.
Laying down traps is one thing, but this is just rude.
Okay, we've hit the jackpot of all jackpots. There's 2 audio logs in here.
When does man become marauder? People talk about them as if they've transformed, like they've mutated. I see it in the Aetherwave broadcasts, read it in the papers. But beneath their masks, they're only people. Dangerous people, with a terrible illness, but people still. When we call a man a marauder, have we given up on him? How do we know when he's become one? How can you decide to give up on someone? Have I given up on Harvey? Who does this suffering serve, I wonder? Spacer's choice? We call them marauders, like they have some kind of group identity. They don't. The name was coined in Edgewater, I think. One of the towns first hit by the Adrena-Time crisis. A lonely Spacer's Choice outpost on the edge of a barren sea. A prime place for the company to test a disastrous new product. When the town started fraying at the edges, hardly anyone else in the colony noticed. Just like Lucian planned. I read the reports. Every missing person. Every unexpected death. A town already teetering on the edge, and Adrena-Time shoved it off a cliff.
Interesting. Interesting. So admitting that Adrena-Time is what kind of fucked up Edgewater. And that was their test town.
Looks like an observatory to me. There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere.
I think we already found a pretty big clue. Unless you mean specifically the clue for the secret hideout. That's nice. Here we are. Issue number 1. This one has the word "speak" on it. In the inaugural issue, newly minted hero Archibald Excelsior is dispatched to the cloud cities of Olympus to put down a plague of ravenous Manti men intent on taking the cities for their own. Manti Mastermind pits his second-in-command, renowned Spindle Knight Sissix Sassafras, against Excelsior in hand-to-claw combat. Just when Excelsior appears to have bested his insectile foe with the help of his handy pet, his eye is caught by Isabella Femme Fatale, Manti Mastermind's dancing queen. Will our mustachioed hero survive his brush with the Spindle Knight and with love? Femme Fatale, okay. Maurice, I've made my peace with the chemical waste pit. It is where I belong. I think with the refuse and the dregs. The surface is distant to me. As distant as cold stars, as distant as you are, and the rest of them. How do you fare, Maurice, up on your vaunted perch? When the shadow of the manufactory crown falls on you and your telescope, do you think of me down here in the dark? Do any of you? My isolation has borne fruit. Propane, butane, ethane, these wild gases visit me in my dreams. They shift and morph, compress and expand. Gas, then liquid, then gas again. They've whispered to me the trick of metamorphosis, and I have bottled it as they have taught me. Come down from the shadow of the manufactory, Maurice, down to the ravine, and they will teach you their trick too. Let us at last complete the package, that I might finally ascend. All glory to the pet, Eustace. Well, you sound a little insane, I gotta be honest. And you are, I think, the guy... I don't know if he's the same guy who's the... Hello. This is part of the test. You have a ghost sprat? I'm not sure if he's the guy who was the insane trash guy who got obsessed with the compactor or not. But now that we have that, we can go check out the secret hideout. See what we get for all this stuff. Presumably it'll be a pet, because that's their whole idea, was they wanted to make the weapon from the comic, the pet.
You ever seen a real-life Saltuna?
What do you mean live? Saltuna comes in cans?
Felix, Saltuna is a kind of fish. Lives in the ocean. You knew that, right?
You serious? You tell me there's a fish made entirely out of Saltuna?
Never mind. I'll tell you later.
Genius. Well, I mean, to be fair, what do you expect? They never really explain that in this world. Alright, enter the true fan passphrase. Speak friend and enter. Passphrase accepted. One final task awaits thee, fair traveler. You must complete a test to prove your bona fides, but worry not, it should be simple. Well, we'll try it, and if not, we can hack 150, because we're a villain. Question 1 of 4. In issue number 1, The Plague of the Manti-Men, what was the name of the Manti Masterclaw's second-in-command, whom Archibald defeated in hand-to-claw combat? That was Sissik Sassafras. We just read it. Question 2. In Attack of the Crystal Canids, what improvised weapon did our illustrious leader, Archibald Excelsior, use to exterminate the king? It was a skull, I think. Invasion of the Flesh-Eating Sprats, Agent Buff Hardman foiled Archibald's heroic plan to liberate the underground metropolis of Hephaestus from the Sprat Pack by doing what? I think he used the mind control ray. In issue 4, The Colossus Beneath Tartarus, how did Archibald ignite his signature weapon, the Pet, and put the titular giant down for good? I don't know. This one I have no idea. Well, oh, I guess it was lightning. Enter as a brother or sister, Birdie. For you are now a genuine super science sidekick. Congratulations. Oh, I guess I got lucky on the last one because I had no idea. I remembered the other 3 vaguely. Didn't remember that.
Must have been where those researchers had their hideout. You think we can get inside?
We already are. Oh, they got a giant poster. 2,250 bits, not bad, but here's what we want. The pet. This lovingly handcrafted replica energy axe bears a striking resemblance to the pest extermination tool wielded by pulp legend Archibald Excelsior. With his famed pet in hand, the inimitable Excelsior exterminated a plague of Manti-Men, a horde of crystal canids, a pack of supervillainous sprats, and a molten giant the size of a mountain, all while nursing a broken heart. Only a true fan could have created such an improbable weapon. When preparing to power or sweep attack, enemies are pulled towards the wielder. The distance pulled depends on the user's science skills. Well, unfortunately, I can't actually use a power attack. The damage, though, is insane. 796 per hit. If I sneak up on somebody with this shit, it'll do crazy damage. Alright, all that leaves is one place to go to. We've explored the whole map as far as I know. Except for this. Oh, sweet. This is a nice load screen. All 4 issues.
This can't be worse than anything we already seen, right?
We made it this far. How bad could it be?
Well, I gotta be honest, guys. It can always get worse. Doo-doo. Okay, we unsealed the door. Let's go in. Pam. Hello, Pam.
Welcome to the Adrena-Time Synthesis and Manufactory Center, brought to you by Spacer's Choice. This productivity automechanical unit is at your disposal. Its normal duties involve the management of legacy operations analytics. However, due to the promotion, demotion, death, or injury to other managers of this facility, this unit is now the acting manager of the following departments: reception, human resources, accounting, technical support, manufacturing, distribution, security. Please direct any questions about those departments to Pam. Answers not guaranteed. According to this facility's records, the Legacy Operations Analytics Department is located on Sublevel Floor 1. Its functions include warm bodies and redacted.
And
Access
redacted,
to that
huh?
department is currently denied due to a lockdown in the sublevel stairwell.
So it only existed to meet some minimum personnel requirement.
We value each and every member of the Spacer's Choice family, so be proud. On average, you contribute positively to a minimum of 1.44 important spreadsheets per quarter. That was one of Pam's patented pep talks designed to efficiently eliminate any negative feelings that are getting in the way of your work. After all, Pam's purpose is to answer one question: how can I increase your productivity today?
Ugh.
Pam helps each and every member of the Spacer's Choice family be the best they can be. When you're managed by Pam, your workday gets unjammed. Don't think of Pam as your boss. I'm just your pal, here to make sure that every member of the Spacer's Choice family stays on task and on schedule. With Pam at the helm, you'll never be overwhelmed.
Oh, well, thank you, Pam.
Feeling down? Pam is loaded with over 1,000 encouraging messages, each designed to make you feel like an important member of the Spacer's Choice family. Schedule slipping? Not to worry. Pam tracks all of your deadlines and has the tools to whip your efficiency back into shape. You'll be a team player in no time, thanks to Pam. Uh-oh. Has dissident propaganda corrupted your workforce?
I was gonna say, what is with that N-ray?
Pam comes equipped with a military-grade N-ray cannon and a coat of our patented plasma proofing. With a 98.3% riot suppression rate, when Pam is here, your metrics have nothing to fear. How can I increase your productivity today? Did you know that keeping your workers alive boosts productivity? That's why every PAM unit comes equipped with the latest Spacer's Choice weaponry. When PAM's emergency combat protocols are activated, your investments are sure to be protected. Warning: due to power consumption, combat protocols cannot be activated when PAM's power is below 73% without deactivating managerial processes. Spacer's Choice policy dictates that managerial processes take priority. This unit's power rating is 57%.
So how do you do that then?
Hate messing with tangled cables or confusing batteries? With PAM, you'll never have to. Just pop in a Firefly brand industrial strength battery and PAM's ready to go. Out of batteries and need productivity now? No problem. Just hook Pam's power source up to another automechanical and Pam will get your employees back in line in no time.
Alright, can I override it?
PAM is fully customizable to fit your preferred management style. With the correct override codes, you can alter any of PAM's behaviors at will. Some limitations apply. Spacer's Choice does not accept legal responsibility for any injuries or traumas sustained after altering Pam's behaviors. See manual for details. Emergency combat protocols cannot be engaged at less than 73% power without proper authorization. Please ensure that this unit is fully charged, or present your override password.
Act 150.
I could give it a shot. Let me just... Huh. Okay. Weird way to do that, but there ain't no accounting for cents. There we go. All I had to do was convince this old girl here that 73% was the new 100%. Easy as salt tuna and sawdust pie.
This unit's power rating is 100%. Great! Emergency combat protocols are now available.
Great.
Employee's biometric ID does not match this unit's designated manager. Proceeding with verbal management test. Pretend that this PAM unit is one of your employees who's been working long hours. What would you say to give them an extra pep pill in their step?
That promotion is right around the corner. Keep working late and we'll serve free pep pills and Spratwurst after hours. How about that promotion is right around the corner?
PAM is equipped to talk about your career goals. On average, employees managed by PAM units go from assistant to associate roles in 15 years or less. My door is always open, unless I'm recharging. Verbal management test complete. Result. Employee is a Spacer's Choice manager. 94% certainty. Engaging emergency combat protocols. Stand by.
Alright, go get whatever's around here.
Hey, nice. They made a statue out of Martin.
If I didn't know better, I'd swear it was watching me.
Well, normally I'd look around, but I want to see what happens with Pam first.
Pulse beginning security patrol.
Oh, Pam's a badass. Pam, what are you doing? God damn you, Pam. I was helping you, and you did this to me? I might have hit Pam on accident or something. I don't know. But that's sad. Goodbye, Pam. Alright, reception current user R Hyde. Rosemary. Hey, sorry to bother you, but I lost my ID. Don't know how it happened. I have a very strict system for organizing my desk. Someone probably took it. Can you deactivate it and get me a new one? Thanks. Minoru Eliasson. Seen Fife? Hey Rosemary, you seen Fife around? Pam's old battery's having trouble holding a charge. All of my spares keep disappearing. You know how it goes around here. Something's disappearing. Fife probably swiped it and put it in the faculty's office like a trophy. Since your desk in the lobby isn't too far from facilities, I was hoping you might have spotted him on his way in or something. If you do, tell him Mike Liu has 3 packs of Spacer's Choice Corona to trade. For the industrial strength Firefly battery that disappeared last week, I'd appreciate it, Mike. And not too many messages. This is a big open floor plan for, you know, a corporation. Very odd. Oh, here's the faculty facilities office. This is probably... oh. Alright, this is probably where the battery is for Pam, then. Too bad about that. Gravedigger. Dig your enemy's grave, then put him in it. Sweep attacks inflict knockdown. Okay. Yep, here's the PAM battery unit. That's a shame. We'll never get to use that now. Bard. Oh, this is surface elevator. I see. These damn tech support slackwits. When we barred the door to HR and accounting and made them use the stairwell, they would not stop whining about it, but at every turn they proved me right about it. Nosy little shits are always up to some kind of hambuggery, and the auto mechanical specialist that's in charge of Pam is the worst fucking one. He's always changing some setting or another for routine repairs, and then all hell breaks loose. It's up to me and my security team to pick up the pieces. That's pretty hard, considering half my team has paws instead of hands. Canids are easier to manage, they said. They're more resource efficient, they said. Fucking top rungers. And everyone wonders why I'm always drinking in the lounge. Anyway, this guy changed Pam's combat override code again without telling me. Again. I don't think Pam Blam, thank you ma'am, A2 3068 fits security guidelines, but screw it. At least this time it's not about another employee's mother. Okay, so there was another option. We could have got the override code. I feel bad that Pam had to die. But she turned on me. It's her fault. It's not my fault. It's her fault. Are these elevators? Well, they definitely would be in a normal time, and this is sealed, so this is the only way. Yeah, let's see. These Spacer's Choice pods seem very conspicuous, so maybe they enrich Adrena-Time with human blood and tears. I don't know. Not for use by tech support. Thank you. Oh, because we gotta go right here. So this would have been fast way. That's not gonna happen. Hello, bro. You're not supposed to look through the window. Show your boss that you are prime. Alright, so there's nothing there. Can't go through. So we gotta go this way. I'm sorry, this way.
they come! The last of him! Looks like we're doing this! That's what you get.
Guilt-ridden. Killing so many people has made you uneasy when fighting humans. Weapon sway plus 100, ranged weapon sway plus 50. Nah, no. I guess I've killed a lot of people. Pam, you missed those guys. What the hell? S. Tinsley, messages. Mr. Newell, no, there are no socks involved in the production of Spacer's Choice Terra-Fried Bratwurst. The T hologram on the machine is likely just malfunctioning. It should read, out of stock. Best, Sam Tinsley. Out of stock. Miss Sutherland, I regret to inform you that the vending machine does not take returns. Please do not try to fit your can of Spacer's Choice Gourmet Salt Tuna Fillets into the bit cartridge slot, as it will damage the machine and prevent other employees from using it. Thank you so much for your time, Sam Tinsley. Harold, prosperous morning, excuse me. This is an informal reminder that your adhesive notes are intended to track trouble tickets. Please do not use your adhesive notes to create patterns on your divider wall. I hate to remind you that unsanctioned aesthetic expression is strictly contrary to Spacer's Choice law, and I definitely have to be reprimanded because I didn't warn you. Please endeavor to use the adhesive notes in a manner prescribed by Spacer's Choice official guidelines. Michael, this is just to tell you that I've reported your recent unsanctioned language to Human Resources. You were recently talking about seeing some of your colleagues act paranoid and violent. Try to remember the new guidelines from corporate. Don't call your colleagues paranoid. They're experiencing dramatically heightened attention. Don't call your colleagues violent. They're showing physical assertive behavior. And as I'm as concerned as you are about the curious and surprising behavior we've been seeing around the premises. But try to keep your language sanitized. Clean language is a matter of security. Yikes. So here's all his sticky notes that he was... Does he make something over here? No. Everybody's got sticky notes everywhere. Oh, here you go. You circled her face. Sir, I promise you no automechanical in the galaxy is capable of falling in love with you. It is far outside their set of capabilities. If there is a legitimate reason that this current automechanical is not fulfilling your department's needs, please file a request for an upgrade using Form AM-265B with permission from your manager. No, sir, that was not a comment about your inability to secure a marriage contract. No automechanical is capable of loving you because they are literally not capable of loving anyone. Automechanicals function through a simple series of state machines that are designed to problem solve for a limited list of scenarios. These scenarios all directly relate to the task that the automechanical was created for. In other words, a security automechanical might be able to question unauthorized personnel about where they left their ID card, but a chef automechanical can only ask them if they want extra salt, even if, in theory, an automechanical was deliberately modified to learn speech patterns and how to mimic human behavior. These behaviors would be a hollow imitation, so if your automechanical assistant really did make a comment about your posterior, it was because they were programmed to say it, that's all. Judith. Now is not the best time to request a transfer. I've got a reliable source that tells me that OCI may be under official audit soon. There's been word of some kind of corporate sabotage. I wouldn't request a transfer to the chem labs either. They've just had their budget and personnel slashed. Trust me, you don't want to be associated with either office. Stay with us, we know what we're doing. That's potentially good advice. Although, I mean, it didn't help anybody. Everybody here is dead too. Dead as well.
You gotta show me how you did that.
I'll show you. Yeah, you guys keep saying, hey, show me how you did that, but then nobody ever asks, really.
Clever.
Even though I'd gladly do it. Personal files. Files located. Tech support would like to remind all employees this is not the messenger menu. Saving these files will not send a message to another Spacer's Choice employee. Thank you. Halcyon Hank. Halcyon Hank is the long-lost half-brother of Halcyon Helen from the movie. At the age of 7, he saved his family from a pirate attack, but he had to leave the ship in a separate escape pod. While the rest of the family was rescued by a passing patrol, Hank's escape pod landed on Monarch, and he had to survive in the wild. Raised among raptidons, he foiled numerous schemes concocted by the cannibalistic iconoclasts, who were trying to spread their listless, dependent way of life across the colony. Now he's finally made it off Monarch and is ready to save Halcyon from... insert whoever Sally makes as the villain here. Addendum. Ask if Sally can make a supporting character that's Hank's love interest. She promised she would last time. Errol, just sent management my cancellation form regarding our systems and serfdom session. I've been told I won't receive a refund on the leisure time I purchased for our group. I'll handle the cancellation fees too. Let's not talk about what happened with Colin at the last session. Let's not talk about Colin at all. Not to management, not to medical either. If you need something for the injury, I'll see about getting you some AT Sally. Oh. So something happened with Colin who hurt Putnam, H, in their last D&D session. And this guy canceled it. He'll pay for the fees and not to talk about it. With the battery shortage, I need to find a way to recharge Pam in a pinch. Vargas and I have to divide up all the remaining batteries, and eventually even those won't hold much of a charge, at least not if you plug the unit into the wall as designed. Turns out though, Spacer's Choice batteries actually only charge at half capacity if you use them as intended. I think it's planned obsolescence. They want the batteries to wear out sooner so folks will buy more of them. Doesn't make much sense to do it at your own facilities in my opinion, but what the fuck do I know, right? Anyway, I found a way to bypass it, at least on the biped models. If you take two similar units, link their power supplies, and initiate a surge from one unit to the other, it should force the battery to use its full capacity. Basically, I can double the lifespan of our batteries by having the units jumpstart each other. Weapon tuning. I cannot believe they gave Pam a damn N-ray cannon. Talk about overkill. There's not much in the known galaxy deadlier than N-ray radiation, and once it's let loose, it's hard to contain. Most living things seem to give it off in microscopic doses, not enough to be harmful on its own, but enough to draw larger, deadlier masses of N-rays from one living thing to another within a radius. Which means I need to take extra care to make sure Pam's cannon is tuned for maximum precision. If the barrel is even 1 degree out of alignment, you'd risk thousands of bits in collateral damage every time she fires it. True. Last week, a pair of technicians at my designated workplace fell into a pretty bad row. There were a lot of seditious words used. I don't want to repeat them here. Management stepped in. I haven't seen them since. I don't think their indenturement contracts were nullified, otherwise I would have received a reprimand myself on account of having worked with terminated colleagues. They haven't been in their domiciles, they haven't been at their stations. I don't think they were fired, I think they deserted. I'm not going to share their names because I don't want that on my audit record. All I know is this: the office isn't working the way it should. Dr. Ambrose is nervous, and when she's nervous, we're all nervous. Michael, one of my colleagues disappeared 3 nights ago. She'd been falling behind on her deadlines and was medicating with Adrena-Time. I was jealous of her work ethic, so I can't imagine what compelled her to just disappear. Frankly, I'm glad. She was starting to make me look bad. There's something strange happening in the office, and I don't know what to make of it. Nothing's going according to plan. Clarence mostly had a phrase he muttered now and then. The Bancroft coefficient is approaching 1. Apparently some fellow named Lucian Bancroft. If he's real, Dr. Ambrose answers to him. I think he's a cipher or a code name or something. Interesting. No, she's definitely a person. Because they mentioned Bancroft trying to approach Minnie. I don't know how chaotic or messy the project has to be before that coefficient hits 1, but I know bad things happen when Lucian Bancroft shows up. Contracts nullified, waste disposed, assets eliminated. Yeah, I'll keep my head down, Judith. Screw you, Pam. You cheated on me. Eight cases Bumblebee Pale Kale Ale, Boursin Baked Beans, Woolly Milk, Spacer's Choice Tarmac and Cheese.
Can't keep us out.
No, they cannot.
Easy now.
You got him.
Jackass is incoming!
How did you see me? Fucking N-ray scythe. Whoa, you can teleport, bro?
Heads up, jackass!
Oh, he's healing him. I was like, what is he shooting him with?
Here goes nothing. We made it.
Yeah, good job, guys. Beat him up. Alright, human resources. Printer broken? It's not broken, it's just out of paper, which I have to say is pretty damned amazing. How in the name of the grand plan did you manage to print 450 documents in a week? Those can't all be transfer requests, can they? I know this project is well funded, but the head researcher must be even more famous than I thought if we're getting this many. Colin, you know our policy. Even if you do have proof that Mr. Putnam has been taking your lunch, Spacer's Choice disciplinary guidelines for theft only apply to Spacer's Choice property. You, your lunch, and Mr. Putnam all constitute Spacer's Choice property. It is legally impossible for property to steal from itself. Please note that an inability to protect your own source of nourishment will be reflected on your permanent record. If you cannot be trusted to guard your own sandwich, you cannot be trusted to guard classified information on behalf of Spacer's Choice. P.S. Please have these reports sorted and on my desk before lunch. You're not in a junior position anymore, Colin. Yeah, you can't steal from yourself. You're all Spacer's Choice property. You can't steal from your own self. Come on, guys. It's obvious. Spacer's Choice is aware of Dr. Lowe's eccentric habits. Yes, Dr. Lowe medicates himself with experimental drugs of his own design. No, we have not mentioned this flaw in Dr. Lowe's character in our exchange contract with Auntie Cleo. We believe that Dr. Lowe's behavior is consistent with the values of our rival company. Dr. Lowe and Auntie Cleo are, in my opinion, or in the opinion of Spacer's Choice, an ideal match. Both Dr. Lowe and Auntie Cleo Company believe themselves to be better than nature. Please be informed that Auntie Cleo has generously offered at least 3 senior personnel in exchange for Dr. Lowe. It is Spacer's Choice Company policy to accept any bargain in our favor. Michael, this office reviewed your report of unlawful behavior exhibited by certain colleagues at your designated workplace. We find the contents of your report alarming and inconsistent with our values and visions of the Spacer's Choice family. While it is the duty of every member of our family to report seditious and unlawful behavior, it is important to express your report using appropriate, company-approved language. Your description of violent outbursts and aggressive behavior from your colleagues is problematic. Furthermore, the office disapproves of your obvious exaggerations of any physical injury sustained in your altercations with your colleagues. Spacer's Choice is not liable or responsible for any injuries caused by Spacer's Choice property, including machinery or other coworkers. Your description of your colleagues' behavior portrays Spacer's Choice in an unflattering light and will be stricken from any official record. Do not discuss, describe, or imply contents of your report to your coworkers. So you complain about people trying to, kill you or attack you, but that didn't happen. That's the answer. That shit did not happen. Don't even mention it. Stop lying. Alright, that takes us back to this first room. And presumably these are the elevators down to the elevator bank.
Don't you go touching nothing you ain't ought to, Felix. You're gonna need those hands to give the board the finger.
Yeah. What she said. Well, this looks ominous. This big empty room, well, not empty, this big room of terminals looks, scary. Oh, hello, sir. And or madam. Nope, nope, nope. Why are you such an asshole? All you had to do was go the other way.
Score one for Felix.
Fucking asshole. Oh god. The Moon Man. Can't play around with the Moon Man.
Go.
Gotta tinker with it before we try to equip it. What? Where'd you come from?
Watch
Yeah.
out! That's the last of them.
Automated ATP injectors. Oh, that's the one that makes you run fast when you're getting hurt. Interesting idea. Messages. I run the SMC's Interdepartmental Systems and Serfdoms game. We host participants from every part of Spacer's Choice family. Technical support, human resource, even here in Manufactory. We just reached the stunning conclusion of our last campaign. And I've submitted the necessary paperwork to begin the new one soon. Interested? A few spaces for adventuring spacers are still available. Not sure what Systems and Serfdom is? Don't worry. We're beginner friendly and I'll be happy to walk you through the character creation and more. Systems and Serfdoms is about helping each other and having a good time after all. If you're not familiar, fret not, novice entry fees are minimal. Please note that I am required by corporate to submit a detailed report of our adventures for moral hygiene auditing. Please also note that any subversive character concepts will result in an immediate report. Great work. Sally, thank you for putting in the extra time to fix those terminals on the top floor. Even though you're not a designated member of the technical support team, you have saved me from a reprimand on my personal record. In fact, your work was so impressive that I thought you might appreciate a few more tasks on your desk. You must have noticed the adhesive notes on your desk. Those are backlog repair tasks from the technical support team. I understand you've got your own work in Manufactory, but I think you'd benefit from the additional task. Remember, work fortifies the spirit. What a dick. That's great stuff. I love that you helped me out. So here's some more work since you're apparently competent. I love it. That's why you don't want to be the competent one at work. You just want to surf, you know, just glide on by. If you're too competent, you'll get taken advantage of. That's for sure.
Got it. Inside voices.
Oh, was there another one? Oh, hello, guys.
Incoming! Wow! Great work!
Oh, Adrena-Time. Yes, give me. Adoring Fan. Melee weapon skills plus 10. Interesting. Not really for me, but interesting. Alright, before I go through this big door, we're going to call that apart. And we'll be back with the next one soon.